All right, guys. So you hear me talk a lot about who you are. You're perfection. You're this, you're that, right? All good things. And, I do realize that there are people out there who actually do think they're perfect because they're comparing themselves to other people. Yeah. So, they think my way is the best because they're looking out and criticizing the people in their life to say, well, they're not doing it this way, therefore that means I'm perfect. That's not the type of perfection I'm talking about. The type of perfection that I'm talking about is coming from your higher source, is coming from your divine essence. It is knowing that you are perfection, that you are love, that you are important, that you are whole, that you are secure, you are safe, and therefore, so is everybody else. Everybody else is doing just fine. You measuring yourself, whether that means you're measuring your house, you're using other people to tell you if you are good enough, that is the problem. Like if you're looking at their house, their car, their jobs, their household, and you are saying, oh, well, they're not doing it right, which means I am, that's negative. That is a double negative because you are judged by the stick that you measure with. And like if somebody has to be less than you in order for you to be inflated and perfect and good, that is not the wholeness. That is not the joy. That is not the peace. That is not the bliss. That is you being fully aware that there's a lack of something and somehow you have overcome that. So I know that there are some people out there that do have an arrogance about them. Chances are they have a lot of really good things in life, though. I will say this is a neutral energy, but you should never be knowing that you are perfection based on your status of another person's lack, another person's apparent flaws, another person's apparent mistakes. Like that's not the same. That's not the same. That's not knowing who you are. That's looking outside of you to validate you. So it's harmful. So having a good self-concept, knowing that you are like your higher self, right? That is good and whole and perfect and freaking awesome and the best at everything and absolute perfection. Because this is the thing, if you look outside of you to point at people who are less than you, which makes you better, then this means you also will look to people to decide that you are not enough. And that's the flaw, because you will do it with everybody. You will do it. If you are looking outside of you to validate, you will also find invalidation. You will also find people who make you feel like you are not enough. You will also find people that don't seem supportive. You will also find people who criticize you. And it's all because it's being generated within you and it's coming out. It's coming out. So I just wanted to make that distinction because you are enough as you are. Yeah. And in the stumbling that we do is because we're searching for our enoughness outside of ourselves. And it's like the distance that you travel away from yourself is the amount of pain and hardship you will endure. In the sense that it feels painful to leave yourself behind. Think about what it feels like to feel abandoned. Think about what it feels like to be betrayed. That is what you are doing every time you're looking to the outside world to validate or invalidate you. I know that's landing. I know it makes sense because it makes sense to me and it's got to make sense to you. Makes sense to somebody. So anyways, I just want to leave you with that. There is a difference. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't use them to elevate yourself. Elevate yourself because you are just that. You are freaking divine. Everything was working out for you. You are surrounded by people who are healthy, thriving, all of those things. I was about to close this message, but another thought just popped up, that we say you are as good as the people you surround yourself with, or like you're just as weak as the person you surround yourself with. Like the people that you surround yourself with is reflective of who you are. And so Yeah, if you're looking at the people in your life to decide, am I better than them or are they better than me? That is the misconception. Don't use other people to get up the ladder. Get up the ladder on your own. Realize that you are perfect, you are whole, you are love, you are chosen, you are prioritized, you are important, you are enough, you're doing it. And then watch how all of the people around you show up to show you, to tell you, you are amazing, you are loved. They show you love. They show up cooperative. They show up friendly. And it's because you know you live in a good world. And there doesn't have to be a comparison as to what somebody else is or isn't doing that decides whether you are or aren't good enough. So yeah, that's what I got. Have a great day. Keep shining that light because the world needs it. Take care.